Welcome to the Pentabelt program, the Red Belt Meditations. These meditations are only designed for those who have already acquired the white, orange, and green belt in the Pentabelt program. This is designed to be used in conjunction with psychedelic therapy after completing the green belt experience. Remember to only listen to these audio programs when it's safe to do so, as you'll be closing your eyes. In other words, no operating heavy machinery. In the martial arts, the red belt symbolized blood. You gain skills, you're ready for the more intense practices. There will be some bruises, some blood that colored your belt, giving you the red belt. In this program, there won't be blood, but there may be some tears. We are facing the anxiety, the sadnesses, the challenges of everyday life head on. The goal here is to stay with these feelings, make room for them, realize they don't have to stop you from living your life and staying true to your values. Remember, my aspiring red belt, the goal here isn't to go to a job interview or a first date feeling completely relaxed and comfortable. That's generally not really possible. It's to notice the anxiety, make room for it, but not let it stop you from showing up, being attentive, and being present. To that end, allow me to introduce a mindfulness technique that will help you on your quest through the red belt. To begin with, the theme of the red belt and the Southland, I want you to channel someone. There are characters in television or in movies who are very regal, who just have this presence of being in charge yet being comfortable, who are seated relaxed, simply observing while everyone else seems to wander around. You can imagine, let's say, the Queen of Spain sitting upon her throne while Christopher Columbus pleads for the funds to send his ship across the Atlantic. There are clips on YouTube, say the HBO series Adams, where John Adams meets King George III. King George sitting in a relaxed yet comfortable and present manner. My own model is Admiral Ross from Star Trek. All the other characters are moving around, doing one thing or another, and he is simply there observing and having presence. So, what you want to do is find your own character. I grew up watching Star Trek. You want to pick your own series or even from your own history, a friend or a family member, as long as that person exudes a quiet confidence, a presence. When that person sits, it's in a relaxed but confident manner. For this program, whenever you meditate, I want you to channel that person. I want you to sit as that person would sit if that person were to meditate. Bring your shoulders up, bring them back a bit, simply resting comfortably. Back straight, arms resting on your legs or the arms of the chair, relaxed but alert. Come up with that character now and write that person's name in your journal. This is your regal pose. In the future, I'll be asking you to channel this regal pose before we begin, either a meditation or a mindfulness exercise. So when you're ready, go to your particular meditation spot and into your posture, adopt that regal pose, that quiet confidence. Now, I want you to take your dominant hand. So if you're right-handed, focus on your right hand. And I want you to connect your thumb with your index and middle finger. So your index finger and your middle finger should both be touching your thumb. You can even make your hand into a fist. Just make sure your thumb and index and middle fingers are all touching. Now, with your eyes closed, I want you to use your thumb to feel your index finger. Notice you can also feel your middle finger, but for now, just focus on your index finger. Okay, now shift over so you can use your thumb to feel your middle finger. Again, notice the distraction of your index finger. Go back to your middle finger, and then finally, use your index and middle finger to feel your thumb. Have a sense of curiosity. Can I just use my index finger to feel my thumb? My middle finger. And also notice a sense of mindfulness. Using your middle index, check in with your body. How are you feeling? Where is your body connected to the floor, the chair? And notice when you get distracted, you can use the middle index thumb to recenter yourself. If you think for a moment, what's your plan for your next meal? Roscoe's chicken waffles. Okay, okay. Notice the thought of the future for a moment. Use the connection between your middle finger, your index finger, your thumb to bring yourself back to center, back to present. Good, good. As we do the meditations, whenever you sense yourself getting distracted, you can always use your fingers to center yourself. And with some practice, you can use this in your daily life. You can practice being assertive, saying yes, saying no, using your fingers to stay centered. It can be very subtle. No one has to know. And so we come to our last P in our series, that of pose. That is at its core mindful stillness. A lot of people, myself included, express nervousness, anxiety by body movement, by fidgeting. And who wants to project that? When you're out there meeting people, interviewing, dating, the challenge is to sit with that anxiety, feel that anxiety, but project a sense of calmness, stillness, and peace. So during the red belt meditations, you may feel some emotions, maybe even some anxiety. I want you to see if you can catch yourself fidgeting. When you do, use your index middle fingers to center yourself. Breathe into the anxiety, sit with it, and challenge yourself to adopt stillness. Have your pose. All right, on to the actual meditation. This meditation will be a preparation exercise designed to guide you into the other red belt meditation. So make sure you have a few minutes. So to begin again, in your particular spot with your posture, placing your index and middle fingers connected to your thumb. So again, you can feel your middle and index finger with your thumb. Taking a deep breath, ready to begin the next belt. Breathing into any nervousness, worry, tension, sitting with it. You have your healthy habits, you have your values. We're ready to take action, noticing whatever you feel, breathing into your thoughts, breathing into your feelings. Good. And as you continue to breathe deeply with your eyes closed, as you continue to center yourself, let me tell you a little metaphor which will form the backbone of the red belt meditations. The location of the red belt is SoCal, the Southland. And so we find ourselves on the west side. You're driving. You've got two kids, maybe two sons, two daughters, two nephews in the back seat. You just show them around LACMA, that elevated mass, the tar pits, and now you're bringing them up Fairfax Avenue. It's time for dinner. Now, what's your value? Let's say it's to eat healthy, to provide healthy meals to yourself and others. So, what's your intention? Well, to provide a healthy meal, a healthy dinner. You have a vision. You're going to go to the farmer's market. You're going to pick up a nice salad base, put some grilled chicken on it, nice vinaigrette, and you've got yourself a salad. Meanwhile, what do the kids in the back seat want? Pink's hot dogs, right there on La Brea. That nacho cheese chili dog. That's the winner. They've been there before and they want it again. Now, here are the rules. You have control of the car. Ultimately, you decide where you're going to visit, where you're going to drive to. Those kids in the back seat, they can't force you to go anywhere, but they can be loud. They can argue with you. They can lie to you. They can scream at you. Now that farmer's market, that place closes at 7 and it's 6:30. You really have to focus. Take the right turn, find the right spot to park. You know this, the kids know this. Meanwhile, Pink's open till 9. So the kids really just have to distract you, frustrate you, take up all of your intention and focus. You can only miss that exit so many times on Fairfax before that farmer's market closes. So if the kids distract you enough, they might just get to Pink's. So I want you to imagine what the kids are going to say. The first one might say, "You're a terrible person giving them salad for dinner. We want pinks. What's wrong with you? No one else would force us to have a salad for dinner. There must be something wrong with you. Anyone else would bring us pinks." That second kid, maybe a different angle of attack. What would this kid say? "You're never going to make it on time. It's too late. They're closing soon. You probably don't even know how to cook. And you don't have the time. We're just going to keep screaming till you take us to pigs. Let's just go there. It won't hurt anyone just this one time." So, my aspiring red belt, here's what I want you to do. I want you to notice what those kids would be saying. Place yourself as the driver. What would those kids say to really distract you? And then what I want you to do, and this is the challenge, is allow them to say what they are going to say. Make room for the harsh words. Allow the judgment. And if it upsets you, allow yourself to be upset. Breathe into it. Make room for it. Remember the green belt. What color would that hurt be? What's the shape? Where does it live in your body? Breathe into it. And and at the same time, I want you to notice that underneath the judgment, underneath the upset is your value, your purpose. You are here to provide a healthy meal. Even if you can't make it in time to the farmer's market, even if you have to stop at whole paycheck. If you pull over and yell at the kids, they win. They want that. If you try to ignore them, if you place your fingers in your ears, you're not driving. You're not moving in the right direction. This is a challenge, yet you are ready for it. I want you to notice the kids in the back seat and practice sending them love, acceptance. They're kids. Of course, they're going to want hot dogs for dinner. You probably do as well. Hell, I wouldn't mind going there either. That Brooklyn pastrami dog, of course, of course. Remember, these kids screaming in the back seat, they're a part of you. They're just guided by hunger. It's nothing personal. So allow those kids to be mean. You really can't control them. The only thing you can control is how you respond, the actions you take, the values you hold, the direction you move. During the red belt sequence, we will be exploring where you're driving and what your kids in a backseat are saying. They will be mean and harsh. You are here to learn that you are ultimately the one who drives. Every time you are willing to work through the fears, work through the anxiety, work through the pain in service of your values, you're shedding a bit of blood. You're earning your red belt. So now that you have a vision, now that you have values in life, it's time to get behind the wheel and start taking action, bringing the kids in a back seat along for the ride. How do we end the red belt meditations? With a challenge of gratitude. How does that work? Well, we start with the easiest gratitude target, pets. So I want you to imagine a pet you love. Could be a dog you have now, or a cat, or a past pet. As you're driving, you've got this pet right next to you in the passenger seat, safe and well, buckled in. Take a moment. Notice how nice it is to have this animal in your life. In the whole world throughout time, this pet shared this space with you, was there for you, showed love, showed affection. In between your stomach and your chest is your solar plexus. And coming out of your solar plexus, I want you to imagine a cord of light, of warmth and gratitude coming out of you and connecting to this dear pet of yours. And with that cord of light comes this wish. May you have wellness. May you have love. May you have connection. Notice how this pet really made a difference, made your day a bit better, enriched your life. Sending that warmth over to your dear pet. May you have wellness. May you have love. May you have connection. Sending that just as a gift, just as a kindness. And now looking back towards those kids, I know it's tough. I know it's difficult. You don't want to do it, but I want you to send that same gift, that same kindness towards those little monsters in the back. You don't like what they've been saying, but they are a part of you. Loving yourself isn't just about loving the bad parts, but the parts that challenge you, the parts that you wish would shut up or go away. Yet those are the parts that can make you stronger, the parts that show you what is important in life. It was Carl Jung who said, wholeness is not achieved by cutting off a portion of one's being, but by integration of the contraries. So make room for the kids in the back seat. Breathe into the resistance, breathe into the hurt, breathe into that desire to control. Aham. Come back to the gratitude. It's okay to notice the conflict, notice the hurt feelings, yet notice that you can also feel a sense of gratitude. Notice the choices you have. Kids will be kids, and at this moment, they are your kids. Take a moment now to notice the gratitude you feel towards your pet or pets, and also notice that you can send that same gratitude towards the kids in the back seat. Okay, ready to act, knowing what's important, coming back to your body and back to your breath. Good. Now, again, we're at a new level, a new belt. These meditations are designed to challenge you, shed a little metaphorical blood. You will improve at this, noticing the challenges, coming back to the gratitude, working towards what's important in your life. So, listen to the other Red Belt audio files, go in order. Then, when you're finished the last one, focus on the ones that challenge you. Notice the ones that you kind of want to avoid. Seek them out. You're stronger than you give yourself credit for. And as issues come up to explore with the psychedelic substances, write them out. Remember the white, jot down your feelings, what you want to work on in future experiences. So, up next in our journey, the major road, the big interstate in the Southland, the 5. See you tomorrow.